So as you can see, or not see, Mark's done a brilliant job with the wisteria. It's difficult to see, I don't know whether the camera's been showing it, but that corner, that drain pipe, and up at that window was completely getting overwhelmed, very overwhelmed. In fact, I thought if we laid there long enough in bed, we would become the Sleeping Beauty as the wisteria was making its way into our bedroom. I think Ida would like to come through, but she can't. Somebody was talking about, you know, that she'll be more comfortable once she's been sheared. Well, at the moment, it's too cold. She lives outside, so she's outside all night. You know, she doesn't, I mean, obviously if she chooses to, she can shelter, but she doesn't. She's a Wesson. And Wesson sheep are very hardy. And she will be, I think Ludo will come and do her in the next couple of weeks, because apparently we're about to get warm weather after months, well, weeks of not warm weather. I had an email back from the judge who's going to send out invitations tomorrow. So I imagine there'll be an invitation to going next door as well. I've just put a note on Facebook. See if I can find a translator for our meeting, because it'll be hard and easy to misunderstand stuff, and it'll be quite important to understand exactly what's been. I know that we'll be accused of various things, so we need to go armed with all our resources, and our French is not good enough for that sort of meeting. So he's gone out, left the dogs here, and they've been fighting and arguing for the last hour whilst Mark's been working up there. And you know, you're just working quietly in your garden. We're not making lots of noise, we're just here, and it's ridiculous. Right, I'm going to try and get round the other side. Probably not under the ladder. I did it once under the ladder, but I know it'll upset a lot of people if I go under the ladder. I'm going to take this out the back now. On the way out the back, I will introduce you to the pork pie that I've made that is sans gluten. It's a mix of rice flour and chestnut flour. It did not go well. I'm sure it'll taste fine, but it was really difficult. I had to mould the pie, the pastry, because it just wouldn't hold together. So there's quite a lot of cracks in it. It'll probably all fall apart when we eat it, but it'll taste nice, and that's what matters. Oh, and it's gluten-free. Gluten-free. He says he thinks he's finished. Tell him he's still got the kiwi to do, but not today. That's a lot, Mr. Gower. What are you eating? What are you eating? I'm going to wander down and let that hen out. She's been in 36 hours probably now. I'm hopeful that that will have broken her. I'm going to take you down with me. As I started to come down here, she was a bit clucky, which is dangerous. And the other gold hen is not out in the garden with everybody else. That's better, isn't it? Not making any broody noises. Well, she's not clucking. Hopeful, keeping my fingers crossed. The other gold hen wasn't around, and I thought, oh no, not another one. It's like, you know, constantly trying to keep up. But I think we might be okay. But it's really good having that cage set up. For the future. I'm sitting on a chair that's probably going to sink into the grass. That's nice. He's taking care of her. I think that's her, isn't it, next to him? He's taking care of her. Oh no, she's taking care of him. She's giving him a bit of a preen. We had, years ago now, we had two cockerels, a Brahma cockerel, a gold Brahma, so really beautifully coloured. Not the same colour, you know, like males are more colourful normally, male birds, more colourful than female birds. Well, the gold Brahma was beautiful colours, and we had I think he was a cream leg bar cockerel, and they were mates. And the cream leg bar cockerel's quite small, sort of not even the same size as a farmyard hen, and they got along really well, and they'd sit together and preen each other. It was lovely. It was really sweet. So yeah, my non-gluten pastry, I think might have been okay if I'd put, I mean I was following the instructions for my normal pork pie, which is the Hugh Fernley Whittenstall recipe, so I followed the directions using chestnut flour and rice flour, and I put psyllium powder in to replace the gluten, but I didn't know how much to put in. I put in probably about 30 grams, so I don't think it was that. I think it was that because the flour was a different normal strong bread flour or whatever. I think that I probably needed a bit more water just to bind it. It's got 2 eggs in it, but just to help bind it so that I could roll it. But when I was rolling it, it was just ripping under the rolling pin, so I gave up and moulded it into the pie dish. Which is difficult then to get an even share all the way around the pie dish, and likewise with the lid. I had to do that with the lid as well. I had to try and spread that across. So yeah, it'll be crumbly, I think, when we eat it. I can't get any stock in it. I've tried. I put a little bit of stock in and it's already overflowing, so I can't get stock in. So it won't have jelly. It won't have any jelly in. That gold Brahma has gone into the shelter. I'm not happy about that. What are you doing up there? I hope you're just finding things to eat and not making yourself a nest. You're not, are you? You can dust bath. Maybe you can dust bath. Maybe you do. Yeah, I think she's going to dust bath in there. So apparently summer's coming back tomorrow. I've already said that, I think. This is such weird weather. It's the 2nd of June. Yeah, dust bath. That's okay then, because she's not had a chance to do that, being caged. So it's at this point I think, oh, I just go and put some diatom in, but as soon as I do that, they run away. So I'll resist. Some interesting colours on that back wall. It's very damp. There's trees. There's a big tree behind there. But actually so far looking up, looking at the rafters, they all look intact and not damp and not rotten, so I think it'd be alright. It's a big crack. Who's that crawling across there? Is it a feather? Was it a feather or a mouse? Must have been a feather. Big crack there.